In video 1, we talked about where to get the leads. In video 2, the obvious next step is, what do you say to them? What's going on, guys? My name is Nick Friel, founder of Media Simplified and the Loan Launch Program. We've helped over 1,000 loan officers scale their business, and you are looking at the second video in the cold calling series. So if you haven't watched the first two videos, I highly suggest you go back and watch the intro to cold calling for loan officers, as well as technically video 1 in the series, which is where do you get the leads to call. In that video, we went over some great strategies on how to get lists. And these are people that actually need your services, people you can provide value to in hopes of getting some value in exchange. So in this series, we are talking about how to go from zero to hero, how to start getting your name out there as a loan officer and start using cold calling as a way where you can effectively and reliably grow your business, expedite your learning curve, and ultimately there's a wealth of benefits that come from this, which is why we're making a whole series about it. So in video 1, we talked about where to get the leads. In video 2, the obvious next step is, what do you say to them, right? So this is probably the most important video in the entire series. What do you say when you actually get someone on the phone? So at this point, we have found a list of people that we know we can help. So we're gonna say we have a list of previous home buyers. So for our example, we're gonna say we have previous home buyers that purchased 2 years ago at a really high rate, and the rates are low enough now where we can see they have some real benefit for potentially refinancing. All right, so we have a list of 100 people. They're all homeowners that we know purchased a home at this rate that we know we can help. So that's gonna be the example we use. We start reaching out to people. Obviously that part's pretty simple. You pick up the phone, you call the phone number that you have, and now you need a world-class script. So when I say world-class script, this doesn't mean that we're reading line for line. This doesn't mean that we sound robotic and we're reading off of a piece of paper. Just like actors in movies and in Hollywood, when they go on set, they're not sitting there reading their lines from a paper, from the script. Even really technical scripts, they memorize the script and then they add their layer to it. So this is not a really technical script. This is a very simple script. It's really just the introduction script that you need to get good at. And once you memorize it, you can really add some flair to it. You can add your personality to it. But having that structure, it's not just having any script that you're following. You want to have a script that works. It cuts through the BS. It works every single time. And you make the thing that the best call that you have. They all have commonalities, right? They all we say their name when they answer. They're excited to hear from us. They actually need our services. So we want to manufacture a script that does all of those things and gives you the most likely chance of having a great call every single time. The most important part of any script that you're following is going to be the tonality on the introduction. If you do this introduction right and you have the right tonality, they're going to be excited to hear from you. So what does that mean? So we're going to say Todd is the person that we're reaching out to. So he's the homeowner from our list. He's the next person up, and we're going to give him a shout. So we're going to say ring, ring, ring. Todd's going to answer the phone. Hey, is this Todd? Todd will usually say, yeah, who's this? Todd, how you doing? This is Nick reaching out from XYZ loan office. Okay. So right away, we've said their name twice, and each time we're kind of fluctuating the name up at the end to just be inquisitive. And that right away is going to get them off guard. It's going to be a little bit less defensive, being that you're saying their name. You have some kind of, you're recognizing them a bit. Once again, this is like winning the little battles in the first 30 seconds is the entire call. If you can get past this first 30 seconds, the rest of the call is easy. Anybody can take an application, but this first 30 seconds, these are the little wins that you want to get. For Todd here, hey, is this Todd? Todd, how you doing? This is Nick reaching out from XYZ Loan Officer. Awesome. Hey, I'm giving you a shout today, Todd, because I see here you purchased 2 years ago. And I noticed the rates are way down. It's something that we definitely think you could help with. Have you considered refinancing currently? Just asking that base question. Obviously, the pitch can change. It can fluctuate based on what you're looking to accomplish. But we're saying their name and we're giving them the reason that we're calling kind of right away. This is often where you're going to get the pushback. Hey, I'm sorry, I was waiting for a call. I didn't realize what this was. Can you just call me back later? It'll come in a million different variations. Some might be really polite. Some might be more vulgar. But a lot of times, 8 out of 10, this is where you're going to get the pushback of, oh, hey, I'm really busy right now, man. Can you call me later? Or can you take me off your list? And if you can just learn this, if you take nothing else away from this call and you just learn how to get over this hump of pushback and do it smoothly in a way where it doesn't feel pushy, it doesn't feel salesy, but you can get past it, even half the time, it's going to serve you so much in your career, I cannot even put a number on it. So we're coming back to Todd here. Todd, I totally understand it. I know I'm calling out of left field. Honestly, I just wanted to get a little bit more information about, your rates and see if I could help. This first call takes all of like 2 minutes. Would it be crazy if we just knocked it out now? And once again, focusing on the tonality and using that phrase at the end. Things like, would it be crazy if we just knocked it out now? It kind of implies an answer of like, no, we can probably do it. It wouldn't be crazy. And just using a line like that, it kind of gives them that first bit of pushback. Because if they're not that dedicated to getting off the phone, usually you're going to get an answer like, yeah, sure. What do you got? And really, that is the key. Now the door is open. Now, from there, if they are someone who can actually use your services and they're willing to hear you out, whether they're really interested or a little bit interested, the door is open all the same. This is the transition, right? So this is where we go into PPP, which is proof, promise, plan. So in layman's terms, it just means tell them what this call is going to entail. This is not a 45-minute call. Explain to them, hey, I just want to learn a little bit more about you and your loan that you got and see if I can help. We give them the proof, promise, plan. We tell them what this call is going to be about. We get their permission to ask them some questions about their loan, and we start with the questions. Awesome, Todd. So let me ask you, what was the purchase price? What was the LTV? If you're loan officers, I don't need to tell you the exact questions you need to know, but this is where we're getting qualifying information. What do you do next, right? What are the next steps? So that's exactly what you're going to cover with the person on the phone. So you get the qualifying questions, and we find out that, oh, okay, we can really help Todd here. So Todd, the next few steps from here, what we would like to do, I want to go ahead and get you onto my application because it's not going to be any cost to you. I just want to get a real application in so I can get some real numbers and get back to you. Would that be fair? Yes? Awesome. So this transition is really important as well. We want to get eyes on the application. So what does that mean? A lot of you have, Encompass or LendingPad or Arrive, these platforms that have an online application. Don't email them and say, hey, I'm going to send you my app via email. You're actually going to send them a text or an email while you're on the phone with them and say, Todd, I just texted you the link. Can you let me know when that text comes in? Awesome. Go ahead and open that link. I just want to make sure you have no issues getting into my LendingPad or my Arrive portal. Have them log in. Perfect. This is my application. When you have some time, I want you to go ahead and start filling this information out. This is going to be everything that I need to make sure that we can go ahead and get this thing started if it works for you. Does that sound fair? Yes? Great. Once again, do not email this to them and hope that they fill it out. Get eyes on the application. This is going to be a way of life for you. This is BAM FAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. So you're wrapping up on your first meeting, and before we get off this first meeting, we are setting the second time. So if it's Thursday, even if it has to be a really tentative time, we're going to say, hey, Todd, I really appreciate your time today. I'm going to go ahead and get things rolling on my end. Once I see that application come through, I'm going to get some numbers. I might be able to get things over way ahead of time, but why don't we go ahead and put a time on the books for next Thursday at 3 p.m. just in case we don't touch base beforehand. Does that sound fair? Yes? Awesome. That's going to be the last part of the call, is booking a meeting from a meeting. Get your next appointment scheduled, and voila, you have your first application from a cold call from someone who was not previously looking for your services, but now someone that you can help offer value to, and ultimately it came from your own work. It wasn't a realtor referral. It wasn't someone that you had to rely on someone else for. You went out like a hunter and got your own deal, and that's what all this is about. So just to recap, we have a world-class script. We're mastering the tonality. We're transitioning into proof, promise, plan. We're getting our qualifying questions. We are going over the next steps and getting their eyes on the app. Then we are booking a meeting from a meeting to get that next one on the calendar. And that is how we go out and get applications time and time again. So first video, where do you get the leads? Second video, what do you say? Third video, live examples. So I'm going to take it from just me talking about these things with a board on the screen. In the third video, I'm going to put these 3 strategies to use, make actual calls, and make sure you guys see exactly how it's done in real time to show you that this works and it works reliably. So my name is Nick Friel, founder of Media Simplified. This whole video is dedicated to loan officers helping you scale using cold calling. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe, share. Every bit of support helps. And I will see you on the next one, which will be the best video in the whole series, the live examples video.